Luckily, naturopathic medicine is a good blend of, the natural medicines with a bit of conventional medicine that's helpful to the point where you're actually making changes and improving people's quality of lives and optimal health.
Behind the practice.
Welcome back to Behind the Practice. I'm your host today, Sean Quintero, and we got Dr. Clement Lee. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me here.
So for those people who are meeting you for the first time today, tell us a little bit about what you do and why you care so much.
All right. So I'm a naturopathic doctor. I've been in the industry since 2009, but prior to that, I was just interested in healing and helping people out. So my background is Chinese, and I was interested in Chinese medicine growing up as a kid. So that kind of became my philosophy growing up. And as I was going through undergraduate, trying to figure out what to do next, I found out about naturopathic medicine, and that's where my calling came.
Yeah.
So now I'm utilizing all of the natural modalities in my practice, along with, the wisdom of conventional medicine to an extent, and then implementing these experiences into helping our patients get better.
Yeah. Was there a specific point or moment that you discovered, integrating naturopathic practices and modalities was the way to go?
At some point in my undergraduate, I had to figure out what type of medical specialty to become. Mm-hmm. And it just reflected on my own self is that when I get older, I don't want to be on like 10, 20 different little prescription medications.
Yeah.
And so if I apply that to myself, I would want to do the same to my patients. So I want to figure out, options that can get people better without necessarily going that route.
Yeah.
And so luckily, naturopathic medicine is a good blend of, the natural medicines with a bit of conventional medicine that's helpful to the point where you're actually making changes and improving people's quality of lives and optimal health.
Yeah.
So,
what are you seeing at the practice level? You mentioned a little bit of things. You mentioned quantum energy, molecular hydrogen, CBD infusion therapy. You're doing a lot of these naturopathic things. What are you seeing at the practice level?
So we see patients from all spectrums of health, so from the really chronically ill, even oncology cases, mystery illnesses, all the way to the spectrum of optimal health and longevity. So I find these tools, as a way to just restore cellular function, restore cellular information, reduce their load of whatever is getting them to not be healthy. And so we utilize these different tools to achieve optimal homeostasis and functionality.
Yeah. What are your patients saying to you as they experience it?
A lot of the patients that we see have already been through many doctors and just not getting the care that they need. And so they find that the modalities and the approach is really getting them to move beyond like where they are. So it's really moving in a positive direction to finally being able to have hope and healing take place.
Yeah. Can you give us an example of one particular patient that has really experienced, while maintaining confidentiality, just one case study?
There's quite a few, but there's one that was very memorable. She came to me wheelchair bound in hospice care, with not much going on. And so we were able to address some of the root causes for illnesses. And that time we were utilizing exosomes, and we gave her infusion of exosomes. At the same time, we were addressing the potential parasites in her intestines, and she was able to get out of the wheelchair within a week.
Wow.
Has been out of hospice care since then and still living a functional life.
So 1 week post-care, she's out of a wheelchair.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Pretty significant, yeah.
Yeah, that is a significant change, and change in quality of life as well.
Yeah.
What makes this so meaningful for you?
Just seeing people get better. I mean, there's a gratitude to see people from where they are and not really having answers to actually thriving. There's a kind of mutual feeling that they feel great. It makes me feel great.
Yeah.
And that energy is kind of transferable to an extent.
Why do you think more doctors aren't doing this?
I think there's just not enough exposure to this knowledge, or there's some rigidity in their existing knowledge base where it's out there, but some people, unfortunately some of the doctors are well trained in what they're doing, but they haven't explored the side, or sometimes they're stuck in the system where they don't have the opportunity actually to understand this or learn about these modalities.
5 to 10 years from now, where do you think the industry is moving?
It's moving fast already. It's already moving in the direction of wellness and optimal lifespan and optimal well-being. So I think it's as really consumer driven to an extent, because people are tired of their existing states, in the medical industry, and they're seeking answers. And with the help of social media and AI, it's just gonna grow exponentially.
Yeah, that's
I think
awesome.
most people are going to be healthy. I mean, there's still some lifestyle issues that may not be fully addressed because people don't want to change things. But if the knowledge is out there and people are willing to actually feel better or want to feel better, it's going to be a better, positive space.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I'll end with this question. Patients, who are maybe watching this, considering going to your practice, what do you hope every patient knows about what you do?
That's a great question. I think I want patients to know that there is hope in their healing process. And, there are things to uncover that may be getting in the way of their healing potential. And that is, where I can help them with. It may be an emotional block, it may be a biochemical block, it may be a toxin block, it may be something, but there's ways to reach the optimal potential that is in your innate cell biology.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So it's neat, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Clement Lee, for being on the show today. Yeah. I'll give you a final word, any word of advice for everyone listening.
That's good. Another good question. I don't have anything specifically, but yeah, the power of the mind is where I would say to first address. If you have kind of a positive, at least neutral, but positive mindset, and that drives cell biology. So the mind is sometimes the lock and key to the healing potential of the physical body.
Wow, that's amazing. If people are interested, they're local to you. I know you guys are in Pasadena, California, and they want more information. Where do they go?
My website is www.opthealthwellness.com. So short for Optimal Health and Wellness.
I love it. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Click on that link in the description to get access to all the information you need for Dr. Clement Lee's practice. I'm Sean Quintero, and we'll see you in the next episode. Behind the Practice is produced by Next Step Social and Podcasting and hosted by Katie Brinkley and Sean Quintero. A special thank you to our guests today. This episode was recorded live at the Boston BioLife Functional Longevity Summit. A special thank you to the team that helped make this podcast happen.